All right, so we're gonna have a couple of videos that are gonna be very interesting. As you could tell, I'm much more relaxed than I normally am. Also, background's different. I am not at home. I'm currently house sitting for my parents, who are actually on their way up to Alaska right now. They are on an Alaskan cruise. Today, we have a very fun topic to talk about. I have been excited for this one. We are talking about kind of Operation Plum Bomb, but I want to get to the manhole cover right after this. I know that today's video is a day late. Yesterday was kind of hectic. Had to go buy some new headphones. Um, thanks to, just gonna grab the camera. This fucking thing right here, that puppy, and that little kitten. Put the camera back. There we go. Okay. So yeah, Monday was a little hectic. I might shift our schedule to Tuesdays and Thursdays and see how that works out for a little bit. So on to today's topic. We're talking about Operation Plum Bomb, where I believe it was 1957 for sure. 29 nuclear tests after the hippies complained about setting off nuclear bombs over the ocean. This would be, I believe, after Bikini Atoll. We started doing nuclear tests in Nevada and underground, where people wanted to see how safe nuclear radiation was. So they took 5 soldiers and a cameraman and put them under a nuke. It was like 15,000 feet in the air, I believe, or 1,500. I might be off by a number. Don't quote me. That's on you if you quote me, because I could be wrong on that. That's not what I researched for today. But those guys were only under the nuclear test for like 15 minutes. They were perfectly fine. They actually lived very long lives, and I believe they maintained a lifelong friendship. But what we are talking about is the Pascal B nuclear test. So, a manhole cover, not really a manhole cover, it was a 900 kilogram or 2,000 pound steel plate that was welded over one of the holes. They, the military dug a borehole 500 feet into the ground, put a nuclear bomb underneath the ground, and welded this manhole cover made of steel, surrounded it by concrete, and set off the nuke. The nuke ended up being 50,000 times more powerful because of all these circumstances. Circumstances that will never happen again. Now, the high speed camera caught the nuke, or not the nuke, jeez, the manhole cover on the ground. The next frame was right here. Then it was just gone. I hit my parents' chandelier. Oops. A lot of people try to say that it burned up in the atmosphere. I don't believe that. That went so fast, the atmosphere went, what the fuck was that? It was going at like, was it 42 miles per second? It was, no, 41 miles per second, 66 kilometers per second. It was going 6 times the escape velocity. That is so ridiculously fast. It went by our entire atmosphere. It was going 150,000 miles an hour. Went past the atmosphere in a second. It took 2 hours to go by the moon, and we lost it. After that, there was no keeping track of it. But a lot of people be like, well, it burned up in the atmosphere. No, I don't believe that. That is absolutely fucking stupid. We won the space race before the space race began. Because this was 1957. Now, like I said, a lot of people want to sit there and be like, oh, it blew up or it returned back and landed in the ocean. Which, how is it going to turn back? There's no gravitational force stopping that unless it goes by a star at very close proximity. Now, where is it today? That's the interesting question. So 150,000 miles an hour. the vacuum of space, there's nothing to slow it down. If it didn't go into Jupiter or Neptune or Uranus and hit a planet, it's hundreds of billions of miles away. It's gone hundreds of times past Pluto. It is in deep space. Again, a lot of people will sit there and say, oh, it burned up. I don't think it did. I'm sorry, the atmosphere cannot crush that. And there's no air resistance that's going to stop that. The fucking air went, what the fuck was that thing? You're not stopping that. I have Google sitting right here saying it's not in space as a surviving identifiable object. Yeah, it might not be identifiable, but it's definitely in space. I don't know where a lot of people got this mentality that it just burned up. It didn't have time to burn up. All right, so now I've got a couple of interesting facts that I looked up. First off, Voyager will not escape the solar system. Voyager is going at like 15 kilometers per second. The escape velocity is 42 kilometers per second. So it's stuck. It's going to be end up orbiting our star. That's as far as that's going. Now, Proxima Centauri is our closest star to us. It's 93 million miles. They estimate that manhole cover has gone tens of times past that, which is wild to think about. Our first man-made object in space has already gone by a star. Again, it's going at 66 kilometers per second or 150,000 miles per hour. And it has gone by Proxima Centauri. Again, this is, I mean, if it's going in that direction, and on top of that, it hasn't been like pulled into another planet or something, because we would have no idea. There's no way to identify that. It went so fast, we couldn't get a telescope on it if we tried. And I doubt we tried. Again, at the time, a lot of people thought it burned up instantly, which, no, I don't believe that. I hate to be that guy, but no, I think science is wrong on this one. That was steel and concrete. The concrete might have been stripped, but the steel is surviving. I'm just gonna bring the puppy on here. What do you want? What? No. Perf, do not jump. She is so excitable. The Boston Terrier is getting involved. Now that allows me to put puppy in the caption. I mean, I already was, but hey, views are views at this point. Now back on the topic. She's back. You can see her like right in this frame right here when she jumps up. I there's no way to tell how far this manhole cover has gone exactly, but again, 125 to 150,000 miles an hour, 6 times the escape velocity of Earth, and 1.5 times the escape velocity of the solar system. That is so fast. There's no way that we can make a rocket propelled object that could probably escape the velocity or the escape velocity needed to leave the solar system. That is wildly fast. I'm not going to do the numbers on that. Probably close to 100,000 miles an hour. Yeah, it's unconfirmed that it's even in space again because it's impossible for us to get a telescope or even a ping on it. So tell me what you think. Can this manhole cover a 900 kilogram steel plate, 2,000 pounds? Do you think it could still be in space? Let me know in the comments below what you believe. I firmly believe this thing is traveling through space and maybe someday it's going to hit some other inhabited planet and we're going to be that's going to be how we end up in intergalactic war. We wipe off a species off a planet. And maybe that pisses somebody off, and they'll track that down. That is a scary thought. That again, that's if it hasn't like hit another star and burned up in the star's corona, or just gone into deep space with no direction, just going in a straight line from here to be fucking up. But I do believe it's in space. I do believe that we will never ever be able to track it. This was 1957. We would have to know the exact time, the exact trajectory it went up at, any gravitational forces it reacted to. There's no way to track it. Again, it's also just a manhole cover, so it's not letting off any heat. It's not letting off a light signature or anything that we could actually track. This has been a lot more of my opinion lately on this video, but again, this is just I'm just stating what I think because it's not confirmed in any way, shape, or form that it burned up or that it went to space. It's what do you believe? I'm in the optimist side on this one. I think we won the space race without winning the space race. A lot of people say, "Oh, Russia won it because Russia sent a dog." No, Russia killed a dog going into going into space. That dog that Russia sent up, it did not survive takeoff. But I do believe that we sent that manhole cover into space basically as a potato gun. I don't know what else I could say on this topic. It's been very fun to talk about. I enjoy this. It's pretty cool. So, do me a favor. If you like this content, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. It lets me know that you like the content or that you just want to see more, whether I succeed or fail in doing this. Just let me know. If you're feeling frisky, leave a comment. Maybe you could like the video. Honestly, I think that's pretty cool when people like the video. I'm a numbers guy. I watch the analytics. It's so cool for me to see the views and the couple of likes I get. I really enjoy that. I love the behind the scenes stuff, but got to be at the front of the camera sometimes too. So yeah, hit the subscribe, the like, maybe comment. I don't know if hype does anything. Maybe you can test that button out. I don't know if hype does anything. I think it might just be a mobile thing. I have no idea. But let me know. Have a wonderful day, y'all.